So we've been talking about the 100-day mark, right? The first 100 days of a president's term in office. Trump says it's the most successful 100 days of any administration ever. He has the lowest approval rating for the first 100 days in office of any president in his lifetime, right? As our friend Jordan, the Great Witch, pointed out, his approval rating for his first 100 days in office is the lowest in 80 years, and he is not quite 80 years old yet. So he is literally the worst president in his lifetime. And as it turns out, the second worst, because his lowest approval rating for the first 100 days in office is only second. It only topped his previous first 100 days, which was the previous worst. Anyway, what about Congress? What has Congress done in the first 100 days? Nothing.
100 days of the Trump administration, Republicans controlling Congress, and what do they have to show for it? Actually, legislatively, not a ton.
Because if you really think about it, not much has happened. I actually was just checking a couple minutes ago how many things have been signed into law in the first 100 days. Only 5. 3 were basically getting rid of Biden-era regulations on the environment and crypto. 1 was, of course, the Lake and Riley Act, the first bill that President Trump signed. And then 1 more being the continuing resolution to ensure that the government is funded. So if you're thinking about these, in general, the biggest thing that Congress has accomplished in the first 100 days is the House budget resolution. So I guess in one sentence, what I would say is that Congress and the administration took nearly 100 days to take 1 step towards the Trump agenda.
What do you think the Hill has taught us about the first 100 days of the Trump presidency? To me, it's that they have been willing to cede the space on the power of the purse, letting the administration basically run ramshot over them on everything from tariffs to the way that DOGE has ripped apart the federal government. And Republicans are either unwilling or incapable, politically or otherwise, of pushing back.
Exactly. And I mean, I agree with you. And I would say that they're doing all of this with almost very little guidance up until the last minute. We remember with the House budget resolution, that was essentially a debacle to get adopted. And so when we're thinking about what's next, meaning, of course, the Medicaid cuts, they haven't quite yet signaled exactly what they're hearing from the president. I haven't heard anything from Republicans quite yet. So we'll really have to see how this all unfolds.
That's what the Republicans have accomplished in the first 100 days. We've had a flurry of executive actions and things happening from an executive level that Trump is trying to will into place that's being challenged by courts and things of that nature. But legislatively speaking, 100 days, 5 bills. 3 of those bills rolled back regulations on the environment and crypto. 1 of those bills was the Lake and Riley Act, and 1 of those bills was to just keep the fucking government open so that they can keep trying to figure out how to pass a budget. 100 days, 5 bills. The Republicans in the last Congress were I think the least productive Congress of all time, or the second least productive Congress of all time. And they're looking to break their own record this time around.